Hello friends and strangers. This is going to be a little different video than you're used to seeing. Instead of playing Balatro, I'm going to rank the Jokers from best to worst. And we're just going to jump into it. Look at all the ones we have. We have 150. It's like Pokemon. And since this site doesn't actually have any hover details, I have it over here on this little corner screen so we can go through the Jokers together, drag them up, see where they go. The first one is the Joker. It's +4 molt. It's boring, it's common. I don't think it's that good. It's only 4 molt. It's nice to have in the beginning. It's not weak because if you get it early, you can actually do something with it. At least as far as getting you past the first couple of rounds with some molt, much needed molt. Then you have the 4 greedy, lusty, wrathful, and gluttonous. The sinful ones, all the sins. They only give you +3 molt for each suit. So diamonds, hearts, spades, and clubs. They're okay, but they're not great. They're just average. I put them at all at average. Seems good, right? And then we have the Jolly Joker, +8 if you get a pair, +8 molt. I think that's average as well. +12 if you have 3 of a kind. A little bit below average. 2 pair, since there are 2 hands, full house and 2 pair. I think it's slightly above average. And then Crazy Joker, +12 molt if you have a straight. I don't like straights. I think that's slightly below average. Plus Droll Joker, that's kind of hard to say. +10 molt if the hand contains a flush. It's easy to get flushes, so we'll put it at average. It's not that exciting though. Sly Joker, 50 chips if you contain a pair. Again, I like pairs, so put that at average. And then Wily Joker, 100 chips if you have 3 of a kind. That is a little above average. 100 is a big number when you think about it for this game. Clever Joker has 80 chips if you have 2 pair. It is still, I think the 2 pair Jokers are a little bit above average. And then the Devious Joker, 100 chips for a straight. I'll put it here. It's better. The chips are better than the molt on these Jokers. I'll put it at average. I still don't like straights. And then 80 chips if you have a flush. That's at average as well. So that's page 1. It's mostly average. There's nothing really exciting happening on page 1. Page 2, however, things get interesting. We have the Half Joker. It's 20 molt if you have 3 or fewer cards, which is really easy to do early on, especially if you're going for like a pair build or a high card build. So I like it. I think it's slightly above average. Joker Stencil. This one's interesting because it does better the fewer Joker slots you have available. So I don't like that it gets bad the more you're trying to add Jokers, but I will acknowledge that in the early game, it is pretty solid. If you just get like 1 molt Joker and then a Stencil Joker, it can kind of make up for any other downsides that you have. And then we have the 4 fingers, which makes flushes and straights with only 4 cards. And I think that is incredible because you can do straight flushes. You can do, what else? You can do straight flushes with some creative workings of the cards. Like the flush can apply to 4 that are not necessarily what the straight applies to. And so you can get straight flushes a lot easier. So I think it's Strong. I'm tempted to either put very strong. Let's scroll back up. I think it's mostly just strong. Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with strong. Mime, retriggering all the held in hand cards is incredible because, and abilities, because there's a thing called a blue seal, which they buffed up immensely, and it has a planet card. So if you find one blue seal, the mime will give you 2 planet cards, which is just a little ridiculous, is it not? Credit card. This one's interesting. It allows you to go up to $20 into debt. Early on, it's actually pretty useful. It's not like incredibly useful after the early game. It can help you get some unaffordable, really good jokers that the game tries to throw at you in the beginning. Like, you know, some rare jokers that you want to grab but you have no money for. It's kind of useful in that sense. And you can also play around with the spectral cards and get into like -20 debt and then buy Wraith and get $0. So like you make 20 bucks to get a rare card. It's pretty fun. But I think it's still below average. Now, the ceremonial dagger, when the blind selected, it kills the joker to the right of it and it doubles the value, the sell value as molt. I kind of like it, kind of don't. It's uncommon, which I think it's not that good for an uncommon. I'm going to keep it at average because it can be a source of a lot of molt early on, and you can kill an egg and that can give you a lot of molt. I don't know. It takes a lot of money to buy such a thing, right? You got to keep feeding it jokers, and if you don't feed it jokers, then it kind of stagnates and then it's not good anymore. It's average. The banner, 30 chips for every remaining discard. I am not a huge fan. It's pretty good in the plasma deck where you just stack chips and then it balances it out. I don't think it's that good because it discourages you from discarding, which is one of the strongest things that you can do in this game. Yeah, and the chips value isn't that good to me. Mystic Summit, 15 molt when you have 0 discards remaining. So that one is something that encourages you to use your discards. I put it at average because early on, it's at 15 molt is really good to get past the first few antes and get your footing in the game. So it's average. Marble Joker, 50 chips. I mean, it adds a stone card, which is 50 chips to your deck every time you go to the next blind. It's not good. There are rare cases where it is good. Say you have hologram, you want to add an extra card for free and you get another 0.25 molt on hologram. That's not bad. If you have the stone joker that gets you extra chips on the stone joker, then that's not bad. So you can get a lot of chips on that. And if you're playing the plasma deck and you want a lot of stone cards because you want to just throw stone into your hand and get a bunch of chips, then it's not that bad. But I think overall, you really don't want to just keep throwing stone cards into your deck. It's kind of counterproductive because it makes your deck too large. You can't find the hands you want. So no for marble. Loyalty card, ×4 for every 6 hands played. It's too many hands, and ×4, I think it's either average or below average. I think for what it thinks it is, it's below average. A ×4, it's a big times molt, but you don't get it every round, most likely, unless you have 6 hands in the round, which you could do by employing some burglars. But I tend to find myself not taking it very often. So I'm just gonna leave that one at below average. 8 ball. This one sucks. It's a 1 in 4 chance to get a tarot card if you play an 8. And nobody wants to just create a bunch of 8s in their deck just to have a 1 in 4 chance of getting a tarot card. I'm sorry. It's not high enough odds. Make this a 1 in 3 chance or a 50-50 chance, and all of a sudden you're talking. But for now, weak. That's an F. Misprint, another one. It's unreliable, but it's good enough to get you maybe a couple wins when you're not expecting to win, because it'll maybe misprint you up to 23 mole or whatever. But when it's 0 molt, it really hurts. So I'm putting it at average because it can do good things for you. It could also do bad things for you. And for what it is, it's a common Joker. It's average. Dusk. Retriggering all played cards on in the final hand of the round. That is actually quite good. It might not be very strong, but it's strong. And it's useful to get retriggers on magic cards, glass cards, stone cards, anything. You know, molt cards, Hierophant cards. I just named all the cards. We also have Raised Fist, and it doubles the rank of the lowest card held in hand to the molt. This one, to me, it's also average. Yes, you can get 20 molt by just having a 10 or higher in your hand when you play. But 20 molt is the ceiling, and it's usually not going to be that high, so it's average. Next we have Chaos the Clown. It's a free reroll per shop. It's not that exciting to me, unfortunately. You have to have an empty spot. If you do, you can buy this Chaos the Clown for $4. You can re-roll for free, and then you can sell them. So you get $3 off your re-roll. Or if you're at like a very high re-roll price and it's $15 for a re-roll, you can buy this guy and get a free $15 re-roll. So it's like effectively like a $13 or a $2 re-roll instead of a $15 re-roll. Okay, I'm spending too much time on it. It's not that great. Below average. Next we have Fibonacci. Fibonacci is very strong. You just need an ace, a 2, a 3, a 5, or an 8 to get 8 molt, and it scores as the hand is getting calculated, for, you know, instead of after the fact. So you get a bunch of molt early, and then you can also multiply that molt in hand with glass cards and re-triggers and stuff like that. So it's very useful. Steel Joker. I kind of like it. I don't really use it that much. I think it's strong because Chariot and Steel cards are so powerful that you might as well get as many Chariots as possible, and then that's just 0.2 molt on top of a multiplier. So it's good. I think it's good. I think it's strong. Scary Face. It's common. Every played face card gets you 30 chips. They score only on the not debuffed face cards, which is why I put it at average, because I think it is pretty good, but there's a lot of bosses that debuff face cards, and it really just nullifies Scary Face. So I'd say it's average. Abstract Joker. This is above average. You get 3 molt for every Joker card. If you have 6 Jokers, that's 18 molt. 5 Jokers, 15 obviously. But you can get negative Jokers, and then that can get us up to maybe 21, 24. And it's just pretty reliable. It's if you have an open spot and you need some mult, then Abstract Joker's there for you. So I put it as above average. It's not fantastic, but it's above average. Then you have Delayed Gratification, another one that doesn't want you to discard. I think there's too many conditions on this one. You get $2 for every discard as long as you never discard. How about just give me $2 for every discard? Make it more expensive, maybe? Give me $2 for every discard that I do not use. Just to make me feel happier. So I'm putting you below average. I'm sorry. That's where you belong. Hack. Retriggering played 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s. It's kind of on the level of Dusk. It's better than Dusk though, right? Because it will retrigger on the 2s, 3s, and 5s. 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s every hand. This only triggers on the last hand. It's good. If you get some good stuff on those 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s, you can get some magic cards, retriggers. I guess retriggers already what that is. Yeah, get the mult cards, get the glass cards on it. Get the other enhancements like the foil or holographic or polychrome. It's pretty good. I got an E16 game with Hack way back in the day. Pareidolia. All cards are considered face cards. It's uncommon, and I do not like it. I think it's below average. There's too many bosses that disable face cards. There's not enough jokers that synergize with it. There's a couple. Yeah, there's the Midas Touch that gives you gold cards everywhere. If you have Canio, then all cards are face cards, so you can just start destroying everything as quickly as possible and get a lot of X-Mult on the Canio. But there's boss blinds that say all face cards are drawn face down, so you just never get to see your hand. There's one that says all face cards are debuffed, which is almost impossible to win if all of them are debuffed. It's kind of like the final boss. So there's a lot of pitfalls when you take that Pareidolia. So it's not really a keeper. Gros Michel. I love it. I think it would be better if it had a better chance of being destroyed. Because sometimes it just sits on your team and you don't want it. You just want it to die so that you can get the Cavendish. So I think they debuffed it by making it 1 in 6 chance. It used to be a 1 in 4 chance. I still think it is strong. It's strong. Not because of who he is, but because of what he represents when he gives up his life. Even Steven and Odd Todd. So +4 mult for evens, +31 chips for odds. These are actually pretty good. I wouldn't go as far as saying that they're strong, but I would say they're above average. They're still not that close to Fibonacci. Fibonacci, the 8 mult is 4 times, or no, it's 2 times better than this. 2 times better, goes from above average to very strong. I could put these guys at strong, but I don't think they're that strong. Scholar. Aces give you 20 chips and 4 mult. The problem with Scholar is you might not have that many aces. You can try to make a bunch of aces. If you had a bunch of aces, it goes up to here. If you have a medium amount, if you have a normal amount, I'd put it at average. Business card. 50-50 chance that a played face card gives you $2. It's not bad. You take it early to get some finances going. That's about it. You never take it late. But the value that it provides early means it's worth taking, which means it's average. Supernova. Add the number of times the poker hand has been played to this run, or this run to the mult. It's above average because you can really stack the same hand over and over again. And Supernova's gotten up to 50, 60, 70 mult. That's pretty good for a common joker. Ride the bus, however, it's like Supernova, but you have to work around all of the face carding things. You can't play face cards. If it gets reset, you basically lose because you're building your whole life around this bus. I just don't like riding the bus. On the abandoned deck, it's good because there's no face cards. Else, it's average. Space Joker, 1 in 4 chance of upgrading the level of the played poker hand. Now 1 in 4 seems like it should happen more often than it does. You have a 75% chance of this being absolutely worthless. I'm sorry. I'm so idealistic. I buy it a lot because I just hope that it's gonna behave, but it doesn't behave. All right, egg. I'm an egg fan. I'm an egghead, okay? It gains $3 of sell value at the end of every round. If you get an early egg, you basically are loving life. I think it's strong. It doesn't score you any points, but it gives you so much temperance value. And I just bumped it up. I think it's very strong. Because one nice thing about the egg is it doesn't lose its sell value when you buy the discount vouchers. You can take 50% off discount vouchers. It doesn't hurt the egg at all. So you can still get the full temperance value. That's a good combo when you have an egg, a fully buffed up egg, and you have cheap stuff everywhere. It's just beautiful. The runs go on forever. Burglar. When the blind's selected, you gain +3 hands and you lose all your discards. Again, it could be good situationally if you're growing hands, things that scale with the number of hands you play. But I don't like that it takes away all of your discarding chances. And I like being able to discard. I think having the purple seal is one of the most important thing to have. And not being able to ever discard really handcuffs you. You can do some good things though. If you put a blueprint in front of it and you get 6 hands, I mean, okay, it's a lot of hands. Blackboard. I like Blackboard. I don't love Blackboard. I think it's above average to strong. I'm gonna say it's strong just because it's a ×3 mult and it's not that difficult to have it go off. When it gets scary is when your deck is just not set up for Blackboard, and then you try to make it set up for Blackboard, but then you don't get the triggers in time, and then you lose because you didn't get that one trigger. It's good, but it's not great. The runner, on the other hand, gaining 15 chips if your hand contains a straight. 15 chips just to play a straight. I mean, I hate straights, but if you're gonna make me play them and you're gonna give me 15 chips, I could play a few straights, right? I only have to play 10 to get 150 chips. Yeah. And this just holds on to its chip value the whole time. So it's a lot better than some other uncommon jokers. Ice cream. Average. 100 chips. It's a lot of chips early. It helps you get out of some early rounds without too much trouble. Losing 5 chips for every hand you play, I mean, it just is what it is. It melts. It's ice cream. DNA. The first hand of the round is 1 card. Add a permanent copy to the deck and draw it to the hand. So it's incredible. It's a death card. It's not the best because it takes away a hand. And sometimes those hands that you are not allowed to play because of DNA get in your way and it knocks you down. So DNA, you're very strong, buddy, but you're not the best. Next, Splash. Every card that you play counts in scoring, even if it's not a part of the hand. That is strong. Why? Because you can do a lot of things with this. You can throw in a glass card at the very end and multiply everything by 2. You can throw in a molt card. You can throw in a cool, like, other enhanced card. And you just get the benefits of that. I think it's worth it. Blue chip, the blue Joker, +2 chips for each remaining card in deck. I think it is slightly above average. Slightly above average. Because 104 chips, I mean, obviously it drops after you play a hand, right? It's never going to be 104 unless you have a bunch of extra cards in your deck. But I think that value is better than the ice cream because ice cream's going to disappear over time. This might just grow a little bit. I think it's a little more reliable. Next is the Sixth Sense. If the first hand of the round is a single 6, destroy it and create a spectral card. It's so random. You have to find a 6, and then you get a random spectral card that you might not even want. Spectral cards could be game-changing though, so I'm going to put it at average. It's usually bait though. Constellation, 0.1x molt every time a planet card is used. There's a lot of way to use planet cards. This thing is incredibly amazing. It might be the best. It's definitely in the best category. There's planet packs, there's planets in the shop, there's High Priestess, there's blue seals, there's re-triggers on blue seals that you can get, there's, I mean, mime, there's death cards that can copy blue seals, and you could just, and then there's also the Astronomer, which makes everything free. This, I think I've gotten it up to maybe 15, X15 molt before. There's one video where I didn't have it, but I had like the ultimate planet set up, and I think I would have had maybe like X20 or something, which would have been like insane for Constellation. That's why it's really good. Okay, the Hiker. If you get the Hiker early, you get 5 chips for every card that you play. You get an additional 5 chips added on to those chip values. If you get it early and you get re-triggers, you are loving life. I think it is strong, but not very strong, because if it comes late, it's not really that useful. I had one game where I just kept playing aces over and over again, and I had aces that had 250 chips on them. So it was very useful in that one. Faceless Joker, $5 if 3 or more face cards are discarded. This actually synergizes with this guy, right? So you just have to discard 3 or more. That's why he belongs right next to him. And the reason why he's below average is because the rebate is just way better. Way, way better. And you'll see. Where are we? Green Joker, it's basically the bus Joker, but with extra steps. And if you discard, then you lose molt. So I don't think it's that good, but it's average. Superposition, Create a tarot card if a straight and an ace is in a hand. It sucks. If superposition had the ability to create an ace that wraps around, then it would be above average. So if you could play like king, ace, 2, 3, 4, or queen, king, ace, 2, 3, it would probably still be average. Let's be honest. To-do list. Let's put you like that, buddy. The to-do list is $4 to play sometimes a very easy hand. I think it's either strong or it's above average. I'm gonna say let's just put it like there. It's above average. It's close to being strong. Cavendish. No questions asked. It's one of the best because it's a ×3 mult without it asking anything of you except a 99.9 chance. 99.9% chance of survival. I've never seen one die, knock on wood. It's good. It's good. You'll take the risk. The 1 in 1,000 risk is worth taking. Card sharp. I think this is one of the best ones. There's only one boss blind. Actually, there's 2 boss blinds. There's the one that says you can't play the repeated hands. Actually, it's just one boss blind. So you can't play the same hand over and over again. That's basically the only thing that neutralizes this guy from being the best of the best, but he's still one of the best. ×3 when you play the hand over again. I mean, it's just incredible. The red card, you get +3 mult if you skip a booster pack. Granted, you can skip like a mega pack and you can buy one, you can get one thing and then skip if you don't like the rest and get some mult. I hate it. I know some people think it's good. I don't believe in them. It sucks. Madness. This one's so conditional. If it's, you need to be at least black stake or higher so that you have Eternals. It's too conditional. It's below average for me. I always try to make it work because I like the challenge of it. It's fun, but it is madness. So it's not that good. Square Joker, gaining +4 chips just for playing 4 cards. That can scale so quickly if you get it early. And then at the end of the, 5th or 6th round, you have 100 chip Joker just by playing 2 pair, 3 of a kind, and you're loving life. Yeah, I think it's good. Seance. One of the worst cards ever. You need a straight flush to get a spectral card. If Seance gave you some scoring and a spectral card, maybe it would be worth it. Just give me 10 mult and a spectral card. Just have it always be a holographic. Have it only exists in holographic form. How about that? Riff Raff. It's expensive, but you get 2 common jokers every time. That means it's a money machine when you think about it. And if you have the dagger, then you feed the money machine. It is average though, because you only get common jokers. Most common jokers are average, but you could get a couple really good non-average common jokers. I'm leaving it at average because it's average. Vampire, 0.1 mult to remove enhancements from enhanced cards. I don't like it at all. The reason why it sucks is because you can never take advantage of your enhanced cards. You can't do glass, you can't do Molt cards, you can't do anything that's good. Glass and Molt cards are like some of the most important cards out there, and this removes them. So I don't like it. Okay, shortcut, making straights easier. Okay, buddy. You make straights easier and you get, you know, the runner, then all of a sudden we're talking, right? I think I just hate straights in general, not the people. I am a straight person, but I hate the hand of straights. Yeah, I lost one, and this is why I hate straight builds video. I had cards on either side of, I had ace, queen, jack, and then an 8, and then a 7, and a 6, and all I needed was a 10 or a 9, and I had, I think, 11 10s and 9s out of like 15 cards left, and they didn't show me the 10 or the 9, and then I rage quit. So straights, I still hate them. Even if they make it easier to make a straight, I still don't like it, okay? Hologram. This is almost an auto take for me. Almost. If it's early enough, it definitely is an auto take. The one drawback that makes it not the best is that it tends to bulk up your deck with garbage, because you're encouraged to just add any card possible to get this Molt up to a big value. That can come back to bite you. So I think it's very strong, but it's not the best. So Vagabond, on the other hand, you need $4 or less, and you get a tarot card for every hand that you play. That is very valuable. I think it's strong. The fact that it keeps your money low is the main downside. If you have a lot of jokers in your whatever, your pile, and you have a lot of temperance value, then the drawbacks aren't as bad, because you can always get temperance every once in a while and then instantly get like a bunch of money so that you can spend it all, and you're not really at risk of, you know, the drawbacks of having such little money. So it's, yeah, it's strong. Baron, times 1.5 Molt for each king in hand. The Baron is a love-hate relationship. I hate that if you get it early, you basically doom yourself to fail, because you don't have enough scoring to make the king, and you don't have enough kings to make it worth it. But the upside of it is so huge. So ginormous that I'm putting it at very strong. And I'll put it right next to the Mime. And these, if you can get these 3, let's put them next to each other. If you can get these 3, and maybe this guy, you are going to have a hell of a run. Just trust me. Just get those 3 jokers, start copying kings, preferably steel kings, and you're going to win easily. Cloud 9. I do not like this one. You get $1 for every 9 in your deck. Nobody's trying to go out and get 9s, okay? Rocket. $1 at the end of the round, increases by 2 when the boss blind is defeated. This, if you get it early, is very strong. If you don't get it early, it's average, which means it belongs somewhere in between, right? I think it belongs towards the front of above average. That's just me speaking. Obelisk. 0.2 Molt per consecutive hand played without playing your most played hand. It was such a cute idea. They came up with this idea and they're like, Wow, can we come up with something exciting so that like people have to think? The problem is, it's the most annoying card to play. And it's a rare. And it makes you do a strategy that you just don't want to do, which is not play your hands that are good. It makes a lot of other jokers worse. It doesn't allow you to use the planets to your advantage and just pump one hand up to the moon. I just don't like it. That's not my strategy. I don't like playing it, so it's F. I'm sorry, you fail. Midas Mask. Again, you get it early, it's above average. You get it late, it's below average. So it's average, but it's up there. It's in the middle of the average. Luchador. This could save your ass, but how often do you need your ass to be saved? It doesn't do anything for you, really. I've seen, but one thing that's cool is if you get like the mega, you're on the final boss and it's like the score 1.2 million extra large blind. You could just sell this guy and it eliminates all of the extra scoring that you needed to get. And then it's just normal scoring. That's exciting. Photograph. The first played face card gives you ×2. You can use this to extreme success. Use it in tandem with a card that gives you molt, like these ones, for playing them. Use it in tandem with a retrigger. Use it in tandem with the greatest card ever, which I will get to later. Multiplying by 2 is just such a big thing, especially if you have a big planetized hand. So you have some good base molt going. I think it's, what did I say it was? Very strong. I'm not going to hold back. What else is very strong is the gift card. You add one of sell value to every Joker and consumable that you have out there. This is incredible. You get some Jokers that you know you're gonna stick around with till the end of the game. You plop gift card out there and you just start pumping up their sell value. It's basically like an egg on steroids. So the egg is at the bottom of very strong. Come on. Turtle Bean, +5 hand size, and it reduces by 1 every round. It's definitely above average, but I wouldn't say it's super strong because there's no real scoring. You can use it in tandem. You buy this and then you get spectral cards, and then you can get like the sigil or whatever that replaces all the suits, and you can get 5 more cards to have all the same suit. It's pretty nice, but it's good, but it's not great. Erosion. For every card for every amount of cards below 52 in your deck, you get +4 molt. I don't like it very much because my deck's usually not super small, and even if it was, that would be towards the end of the game, and the molt that you get out of this wouldn't even be that much. If you got your deck down to 10 cards, then sure, it gives you 160 molt, but at that point you don't want 160 molt anymore. I guess you would want it if you have the baseball card. Reserved parking. Each face card held in hand gives you a 50-50 chance of $1. I don't like it that much. I'm sorry. The mail-in rebate, on the other hand, you get $5 for every discarded blank, and it changes every round. If it picks the card that you have a lot of, holy moly, it's strong. And if you pair it up with Blueprint, and there's a lot of things you can pair up with Blueprint. I did it once. I was getting $15 for every discarded card that they wanted me to discard. It was insane. It was broken. To the moon, an extra $1 of interest for every $5 you have at the end of the round. It's above average, because especially when you get up to a lot of money, sorry, you can get $10 of interest, and if you get the voucher, that expands. You can get $20 of interest. It compounds very nicely for you. Hallucination. I like it. Hallucination, you get a 50-50 chance of getting a tarot card when you open a booster pack. There's 2 booster packs. Theoretically, your expected value is 1 tarot card just for opening up the booster packs that you would have already opened up. I like it. I like getting free stuff for things I would have already done. So I think he's above average, and he's borderline strong. Borderline strong. Fortune teller. You are the worst above average. It's typically good to get +1 mult for every tarot card you use. If you use a lot of tarot cards, you can get this up to like 100. That's pretty good. What's nice is that you can throw it away and then bring it back at any time, and it keeps its value. Juggler and drunkard. You either get +1 hand size or you get +1 discard. They're both slightly above average. And I don't know if this is going to make a statistical, like average versus above average versus not above average thing. We'll find out. I could be skewed. But Stone Joker, 25 chips for every stone card. Nobody wants stone cards. I'm sorry. Nobody wants them. It's strong in the plasma deck. That's about it. Golden Joker, you cost too much. You cost $6. You sell for 3, and you give me 4. So you cost too much money. You're not worth it. I'm sorry. Lucky Cat. I adore the Lucky Cat. I pivot to the Lucky Cat late because if I'm always playing with magic cards because I want to, you know, get lucky. I keep calling them magic cards. They're called lucky cards. My bad. I just like lucky cards. It's exciting when it triggers. It gives you a little dopamine. So yeah, I put it at the best. The dopamine makes it the best. Speaking of the best, the baseball card. You buy this guy and you buy any uncommon. There's a lot of more uncommons than you think. Buy a bunch of uncommons. That baseball card is S+ tier. Now the bull. You usually don't get this guy till late. And he gives you a good amount of chips. He doubles your money worth of chips. If you have $100, that's 200 chips. That's pretty damn strong. That is on the upper side of strong. The upper side of strong. Diet Cola. You know, that no one's forcing you to use it. But if you have an open Joker slot, hell yeah. Get up there, buddy. You're above average. Trading card. This is above average. But how above average? It is strong. It is very strong. The reason it's very strong is because it shrinks your deck and increases the likelihood that you will get the cards that you need. So it is very strong. I take it a lot. The main disadvantage is that you can only discard 1 card, and if you don't have that many discards, that 1 discard is a lot more valuable than that $3 in losing a card. Speaking of a card, flash card. It gains +2 mult for each reroll. The problem that I have with this card, even if you get it really early, is that the the rerolls are too expensive early. So it's $5, something you were going to do theoretically anyways, and you're getting rewarded for something you're gonna do, which I like. It makes it just slightly above average though. Okay, just slightly. If you get the cheaper rerolls, then this thing becomes very strong. Popcorn, plus 20 mult, -4 per round played. It's average. That's what it is. That's the definition of average right there. Spare trousers, plus 2 mult. If the hand contains 2 pair, it's easy to get 2 pair and full house. I would put it at strong. It's strong. It is what it is. Ancient Joker. I don't really like the Ancient Joker, but I know how powerful it is. It is strong. It is strong. I'm not gonna lie. Just getting that 1.5x mult to play whatever card, whatever suit it tells you to play can do wonders. Ramen. 2x mult. I'm not gonna be mad at you giving me 2x mult. That's strong. The discards are a bit of a bummer, but whatever. You can find another ramen later on. Walkie Talkie. Each played 10 or 4 gives you 10 chips and 4 mult when scored. It's on the upper part of average. The upper part of average. That's just what it is. The cards get scored in hand, which helps you with the other jokers or other modifiers like a glass card. You can mult it up. This is useful to get you out early on. Seltzer. I don't like that it loses its bubbles after only 10 hands played. I do like what it can do though. I tend to play it a lot if I have room because it's fun. But it's still kind of average when you think about it. The Castle. This one, I've had good runs with it. Other times I've been like, what the hell? This castle has 3 chips. And I've had it for 3 rounds. I'm putting it at below average. I'm sorry. Sorry to all the castle fans out there. Sorry. Smiley face. This has to be in the above average. It's not that much above average. It's kind of where like these cards are. It's 5 mult for face cards, so I'll put them around there. Campfire. It's above average, but I hate it, so it's below average for me. I tend to ignore it and not take it because it's just so annoying to play with. I don't like selling shit just for the sake of selling it. Golden Ticket. Played gold cards earn $4 when they're scored. I never take it. I don't really have that many gold cards. Should probably get more, but I don't like that. Mr. Bones. He saved my ass a couple times, and he's been unnecessary a lot of other times. So he's pretty average, I'd say. Yeah, he's average. Acrobat. ×3 mult on the final hand of the round. This I take very often. I'd say it's very strong. Because ×3, pretty damn good. I'll put it at strong. Yeah, I would say it's worse than Blackboard, huh? Because Blackboard could at least give you ×3, like, more than one hand. This one doesn't ask questions, though. He doesn't try to make you play a certain way. He does something for you. I like him. I just like that he's there for you on the last hand when you really need him. Sock and Buskin. That is a retrigger. Retrigger the face cards. Where is my retrigger of Hack? So these guys are right next to each other. Very strong, or strong, but not very strong. Swashbuckler adds the sell value. of the other Jokers. It's always something where you think it's going to be better than it is. It's above average though. It's still above average. Troubadour. +2 hand size, -1 hand per round. I like it, but I don't love it. It's average. I don't like losing a hand just to get 2 hand size. It could be quite useful if you're going for the king retrigger game. Certificate. And again, you like it, you dislike it. I still put it above average. It does throw you some kind of crappy cards into your deck, but they all have seals and you can do stuff with seals, so can't be too mad. Smeared Joker. Smeared Joker can do things for you. It can make flushes very easy. It can make the castle actually viable. But it can also you can also debuff half your deck whenever a suit is debuffed, which is dreadful. So, yeah, above average. But like the top of above average. Throwback. This is S tier for me. Why? Because I tend to skip the first 2 rounds, like no matter what. So that means that he starts out at 1.5 times molt, because he gets 0.25 for every skip. He starts out as a polychrome, like a worthless polychrome, but he only gets better, and I skip eventually later, and then throwback is at 2.5 molt, and I didn't do anything. So I love him. Hanging Chad. The greatest. One of the greatest. It's right behind Constellation, probably. There's so much reward for getting 2 re-triggers on your first card played. They could nerf this guy by making it a random card gets re-triggered twice. How about that? You think about that? That would make him average, and he's a common Joker, so we want him to be average. But no, he's the best Joker, one of the best Jokers in the game, and you get him really easily. Rough Gem. This one is uncommon. You get $1 for every diamond. I think it's below average. I'm sorry. Bloodstone. A 50-50 shot of getting 1.5x when you play a heart. I think it's average. I'm sorry. It just hasn't come through when I really needed it sometimes. If you pair this up with Oops All Sixes, you're good. Arrowhead. Played spades, gave you 50 chips. I'd say it's average. I'm sorry. Onyx Agate. +7 molt. You can do stuff with molt, so it's above average. Glass Joker. I think it's strong. It's weird rooting for glass to break because those are your cards. You want those cards usually, but it's a fair trade-off to get an extra 0.75 molt. Yeah. Showman. Love-hate relationship with Showman. Let's put him in the middle of average. He can enable you to get another DNA, another blueprint, another brainstorm, another mime, another baron, another banana, another Cavendish banana. But he also takes away the strategy of stacking the consumable pile in your favor to make it more likely to get a card that you're looking for. And it kind of derails a lot of gameplay. Flower Pot. I hate it. You get a good amount, ×3 molt for this. If you have Splash, it's great. It's a great card because you can always get ×3 molt. Or you can more likely get it if you play with Lovers cards, yeah. But if they debuff some stuff, there's a Lovers card that gets debuffed. Doesn't really work now, does it? They fixed it so that the debuffed cards still work for Flower Pot, or else it would have been absolutely dreadful. So it's at the best of the week, I think. It's the best of the week. Blueprint copies the ability of the Joker to the right. Oh, come on, get over there. It's the best Joker in the game. Blueprint is number 1. Wii Joker, 8 chips for every played 2. I've had a 3,000 chip Wii Joker. It's very strong. It's very, very strong. Mary Andy, +3 discards, -1 hand size. I don't like losing the hand size, but I do like the discards. I think it's slightly above average. Oops, all 6s. There's a lot of stuff that you can bump up. Lucky cards. There's also a lot of stuff that you don't want bumped up, which is like glass cards breaking. I'd still say it's average though. Idle. At the end of the game, it's incredible if your deck has been shrunk down to 1 card. If it hasn't, it's pretty good. And if it's the beginning of the game, it's below average. I'm sorry, it's not that far below average, but it's quite far below average, you know? Yeah. Seeing double ×2 if you get a club card with any other scoring card. This is pretty strong. It's strong. Can't deny it. The Matador, earn $8 if the played hand triggers the boss blind ability. So there's a lot of boss blinds where you don't get the reward that you think you should be getting. So I'm sorry, buddy, but I hate you. Do I hate you more than the obelisk? Maybe. I don't know. Hit the road. Let's be honest, it's above average, but I don't like it very much. So, I mean, Hit the Road and Obelisk, there's a couple rare Jokers that I just hate to get. You hate to see it when you get those free rare Jokers. The Duo, on the other hand, it's so easy to get a pair. It's very strong. Or it's so easy for a hand to contain a pair. It could be 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, full house, 2 pair. The versatility of this ×2 is incredible. ×3, you're not as good, even though you're more molt. You're strong. The versatility goes down. You need 3 of a kind, you need a full house, you need 4 of a kind, 5 of a kind. You can't play 2 pair, you can't play pair. The Family. I hate this card. It's too much to ask for to get 4 of a kind. I put it at below average. Why? It's really good if your deck has been shrunk down and you have a lot of one hand. If you can't guarantee that you're going to get 4 of a kind every round, this card will be your demise because it doesn't do anything. The Order, straights. ×3 for straights. I hate straights. So I'm putting it down here. It's below average. Mostly just because I don't want to play straights. It is pretty good. If you do play straights, you get ×3, nice, and Saturn grows pretty fast, but I'm sorry, I can't do it. The Tribe, on the other hand, Flush is a lot easier to play. It's a lot more forgiving. I put it at strong. It's easy to play flushes. You get ×2. Okay, it's good. Stuntman. This guy, 250 chips, but -2 hand size. I tend not to take him. If it's the plasma deck, that's a whole different story, but we're not talking plasma deck. We are talking normal deck. Getting -2 hand size, it could be life-threatening. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Invisible Joker, being able to copy a Joker. is so powerful, and you can choose what you copy. If you could choose what you could copy, this would be the best, one of the best. The fact that you get it later on and you hope that you have a 1 in whatever chance of having it copy is a little less exciting. I'm putting it at very strong though, because of the capabilities of copying something like Blueprint or this or Brainstorm. It can copy Lucky Cat, that's up like a times 20, right? It's incredible later in the game if you have all good jokers and you don't care what it copies. Brainstorm copies the leftmost joker's ability. It's really Blueprint's little brother or sister. I don't know what gender they are. It's good. It's the second best card in the game. You always jump for joy when you see it. Satellite. I've kind of started coming around to Satellite. I still think it's on the average side because you don't really get that much benefit out. You have to buy a bunch of planet cards that you really shouldn't be buying just to get the money up. But it's an investment. If you get up to like 10 or 8, somewhere like 7 to 10 planet cards purchased, unique planet cards, that is where you're starting to talk. That's pretty solid, getting $10 for free every round. The Shoot the Moon, I think it's average. If you have a bunch of queens, you can actually get surprisingly high scores. You have to put the queens that are not chariot steel queens to the left and put all the steel queens to the right, and it'll actually play out in the hand as if it was the hand that you played. You get 13 molt, 13 molt, 13 molt, and then it'll be times 1.5, 13 molt, then times 1.5, 13 molt. You can get a pretty good score just by having a bunch of queens in hand. It's kind of like the Baron's little, I guess it's like the Baron's wife, huh? I'm gonna put it at above average because of that. The driver's license. This one is bait most of the time. If you get an early driver's license, it can kill your run because you won't have enough scoring. I'm talking about if you're in like gold stake. All of this has been from a gold stake perspective. You might not be able to scale this up. You know, it's going to be a worthless piece of junk on your team until you get 16 enhanced cards. I've lost so many games getting up to like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 enhanced cards, and I'm at the cusp. I need the ×3 from the driver's license, and then I lose. So I'm putting you at average, buddy. That's where you belong. Cartomancer, getting a free tarot card is above average. Let's be honest. It's above average. Astronomer, all planet cards and celestial packs are free. This can go nuts. This is very strong, but it's probably just at the top of strong. When you compare, when you have this and this, it's, you know, it's the best right next to him, right? But it's not the best in general. It's just very strong. I tend to take it a lot. The Burnt Joker, it's pretty strong because discarding is very easy to discard like a pair or a high card or something. And if that's what you're trying to do to buff up one hand and it's an easy hand, then it's strong. It's strong. Bootstraps. Bootstraps is not my favorite. I think it's pretty average, to be honest. Where it can actually be above average is because you only get 2 molt for every $5. That's 40% of your money in molt. So you have $100, that's 40 molt. Where it becomes strong is if you use it with the baseball card. Because it's an uncommon that gives you a bunch of molt. And then you can put it to the very far left. You can get the molt out of it, and then the other 1.5x's can happen later. So that's not bad. And then we get down to the legendaries. The 5 legendary cards. Well, AnarchyØ gaining 1x molt when a face card is destroyed is probably one of the best things out there. The thing that seems like it sucks is when you can't ever find a hanged man or a glass, so you can never destroy the face cards. But once you destroy a few, oh boy, he gets up to ×5 to ×10 quickly. And if you paired him with something like this, the Pareidolia, every card's a face card. Every card that gets destroyed gets you X1 molt. Tribule, this is one of the best ones too. Played kings and queens get you ×2. It is what, where is that card? Where did I put it? I put it down here. The idol. It's what the idol wishes he was. And it's up there. I think AnarchyØ, I mean, AAA is a little better. The one problem is when face cards get debuffed, AAA, not so bueno anymore. Or when face cards are drawn face down. Yorick. It's quite easy to get a lot of X molt out of Yorick. You just discard for your life. Discard 23 cards and you get a molt. I've gotten Yorick up to 22x molt, or 28x molt in a video. Chico, disabling the effect of the boss blind. I wish this guy, if he came out as a negative, if he had a higher chance of becoming negative, he would be one of the best. The fact that he takes up a roster spot, it doesn't make him below average, but it definitely makes him average. You're sacrificing scoring for bypassing a boss that will probably be beatable if you have the right cards anyways. Yeah. Perkeo. This one is the most idealistic card ever. It can be the game-breaking card. But if you don't get it at a good time in your life, he's not that good. And if you don't get a good amount of like tarot, if you don't get the right tarot cards to have him copy, then he's not that good. Or planet cards with the observatory, that's obviously a good way to do it, right? Yeah, I think I'm happy with this. We filled out one there, almost 2 rows there, over 2 rows there, almost 3 rows there, 2 rows there. So yeah, the average, I mean, since we have, this is like A plus A, or you know, S plus S, A, B, C, D, F. I think I did a good job. There's probably some things that you disagree with. Obviously, the exact ranking of these cards in here, you know, it matters to people, right? But I don't really care to make it perfect. These are all kind of on the same level as each other. Let's just say that. This is my top 3 order here. 1, 2, 3, obviously. I'm kind of tempted to put Ballot up there. Yeah. The Hanging Chad. Just because he's common. If you get any of these jokers in the best, or I mean, the problem is if you get Baron early, you're not that happy. But if you have any hope of getting the ease, you're gonna need that Baron on your team. You're gonna need him. Okay, that was 1 hour and 14 minutes. Here it is. I'm gonna save it, download it, whatever. Let's scroll again really slowly. I'm just gonna be like this. I'm gonna roll it like the credits. You just watched a good movie, right? I'm rolling the credits. Brought to you by all of these jokers. Come on. Okay, a little faster, please. A little bit faster. All right, if you guys liked that video, please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one where we try to go completionist plus. You got to get all the jokers to have gold stickers on them. All right. See you guys next time. Bye.